Hello, I'm Chuck Vitterman. Let me tell you what it's like to be able to do something that you believe you were born to do and being able to use that to pay the bills, all while providing a service to the area you love. Hello and welcome to Southside News Today. I'm Chuck Vitterman. Southside News Today is a daily video newscast that I write, record, edit, and produce. I put it out Sunday nights through Thursday nights, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, depending upon the day. The initial release point is Facebook. It is the perfect outlet, quite frankly, for me to use my 37 years of work in mass media, coupled with my 20-plus years as news director, and news reporter, and anchor on radio. I believe there is sufficient interest in Danville and Pittsylvania County to support a media outlet, a media offering that makes the city and county their primary focus. The just the facts, ma'am approach that I use is also, quite frankly, a refreshing break in a world where the difference between journalism and activism is becoming harder and harder to distinguish. These newscasts run on average about 7 to 8 minutes. I also want this to be a positive experience wherever possible. Yes, of course, I report the bad news when it happens, but I want to make sure that folks know that there are an untold number of good people in our area who are doing great things every day. I'm very purposeful about that. Now, as for the nuts and bolts of Southside News Today, Facebook is the initial delivery point for the newscast. It's the first place they are posted. Again, 8, 9, 10 o'clock most evenings. Our Facebook page has nearly 1,500 members who get notified every time a newscast is debuted. I put a message up there to accompany the newscast. On average, the message that announces the new episode gets over 1,000 views, while the video itself is clicked on an average of 250 times. This is on Facebook at the Southside News Today Facebook page. This is for every single episode. These are rough averages. But there's more. Through a partnership with the Star Tribune, Southside News Today is now shared prominently on their main web landing page, also on individual story pages. When you click on a story in the Star Tribune, very prominently there on the right is the latest edition of Southside News Today. Each Southside News Today episode on the Star Tribune page averages more than 1,000 views every day. One episode, for whatever reason, went viral. That is to say, a whole bunch of people shared it on different social media platforms. It got more than 200,000 unique views. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. But that is the potential power of social media. And the Star Tribune has given me a wonderful, wonderful jumpstart here, a starting point to share my newscasts with the public. I get so many wonderful messages from people who have not been in Danville, who grew up here, who have not been in the area for several years, and they watch Southside News Today, and they tell me it's just like being home again. You know what the best compliment I get, though, is? I can't tell your political affiliation from your newscasts. That's the idea. That's the difference between journalism and entertainment. These newscasts are straight up. If I am biased in any way, it is pro-Danville, pro-Pittsylvania County. That's my bias. So the rough math with all this suggests that there will be, bare minimum 2,000 people viewing your message on Southside News Today every single episode. Viewing your banners, hearing your names. That is a bargain. That is something that very few media outlets can provide you. And because the geographic footprint of our audience, because of that, your message is going to be seen primarily by people who are close enough to access your services and goods. Now, if you ran an ad in a Roanoke TV-based or Roanoke-Lynchburg area television station, a good chunk of the people viewing the message are not going to be a potential customer. They live a little too far away, again, based upon the nature of your services. That can be a mighty waste of your precious advertising dollars. So, bottom line, how much does this cost and what do you get? I'm very simple in this respect. I am the worst salesman in the world, so I wanted to make this as easy on me as on everyone else here. 2 levels of sponsorship. Very simple. There's standard level and there's gold level. The standard level sponsors get mentions like this. Southside News Today is presented by the Chatham Star-Tribune, Redeemed Christian Dance Studios on Crankhead Street, and Shanks Associates, engineers, surveyors, and planners. You'll see you get a logo view at the beginning and at the end of the newscast. Also, the logo is seen for 5 seconds at least, usually closer to 10, at some point during the newscast in the lower left-hand corner to separate it from the news icons and logos I use in the upper right. The sponsor's name is also mentioned in all the Facebook posts that promote the nightly release of the newscast. That is, those messages on Facebook that say, hey, here's the latest edition of Southside News Today, brought to you by ... Those messages, again, are seen by about 1,000 people or so, and the episodes are actually clicked on 200, 250 times, sometimes a little bit more than that. That's standard level sponsorship. Gold level sponsorship gets all of this plus a 30-second commercial that I will insert right in the middle of the newscast. It could look something like this. Wilkins & Company Realtors is the Dan River region's first choice in real estate. We offer specialized services in residential, commercial, property management, auctions, and rentals. We also offer virtual tours on all our listings. Our staff has decades of experience meeting the housing needs of the Danville area, and we live here. We work hard for the area we call home. And Wilkins is prepared to take on the challenges of this new and dynamic housing market we're living in. We're experienced, you can trust. Make it Wilkins & Company Realtors. Now, the best part of the deal with the gold level sponsorship is that I will produce the commercial at no cost. I will put together video pieces. I will collect them. I will record with my iPad and my digital software, my editing software, and I can put together a commercial. I will be honest, it will not look like it was done with a $25,000 camera, but it's going to be good. Again, most people are viewing this on a little bitty iPhone or an Android device. They're not going to be able to see the difference between my video editing software and what you would get if you went to WDBJ and they put $100,000 worth of equipment. But it's going to look good, particularly for the cost. For most companies that do television-type advertising, the production of the commercials costs far more than the advertising. Mine is offered at no charge. Now, let's bottom line it some more. How much does this cost, Chuck? It's very affordable. Standard sponsorship, $100 a week. $400 a month. Gold sponsorship, $300 a week. $1,200 a month. That's gold sponsorship. That's everything plus the commercial. Another plus for you as a business person and making sure you are maximizing your message to potential customers, mine is an engaged audience. In order to access Southside News Today, you have to make an effort. You have to click play. You have to make that decision. I'm going to watch this. And because you are making that decision to watch this, you are engaged. You're going to pay attention to what's coming up next. And the first thing they see, apart from my lovely face, is your banner and hearing your name. This is not like TV and radio shows that sometimes become white noise in the background. People pay no attention. It's not like a newspaper advertising where people quite often scan it in seconds. This is an engaged audience. In addition to having all these numbers, these are people who, quite frankly, are paying attention and who will be hearing about you and your business. I've been producing these since early February, and we're building a very good reputation. Southside News Today was the first to report on plans to renovate the White Mill into a mammoth mixed-use development project, as seen here. Company wants to turn the former White Mill into a mammoth mixed-use development. According to the agenda for next Monday's meeting of the Danville Planning Commission, the Alexander Company filed for a special use permit to renovate Dan River Mill Number 8 on Memorial Drive. According to the application, they're planning to use the lowest level for parking, the first level for 110,000 square feet of commercial space, the upper 3 levels for apartments and condos. It was 24 hours later before the newspaper and other outlets got to that story. Having done news in this area for more than a quarter century, I have an advantage over most other outlets. Experience does matter. I also have a legendary reputation for accuracy and fairness. In short, the people who are making the news around here know me. They know that Chuck's going to treat them fairly. He's going to give them a square deal. It's not a shouting match or a CNN/Fox/MSNBC battle royale show. It's Chuck, and it's news, and it's real news, and it's Southside News Today. I want the businesses that advertise on Southside News Today to be like Southside News Today in that it reflects the hyper-local nature of this effort. I want local businesses. I want people who are instantly recognizable as Danville, Pittsylvania County, Southside, Virginia. I want the businesses that advertise on Southside News Today to thrive, just like I want all local businesses to thrive. Simply put, this is what I love to do. I absolutely love getting up every morning and beginning to gather news, to write stuff, and now with the added element of video production. I love the thought of being able to pay the bills while doing something that I love. It just happens to be serendipity that it coincides with providing a service that I think this area is very thirsty for. Standard sponsorship, $100 a week, $400 a month. Gold sponsorship, where you get a free commercial production, $300 a week, $1,200 a month. Again, my hope is that this video can explain it better than I can. I clam up when I start talking about sales, but I find it very easy to talk to inanimate object here. But please keep Southside News Today under consideration as you consider your advertising budget. I would submit it gives you the most bang for your buck if you're the kind of business that I am interested in. That is a predominantly local-based business. Let's grow together. I appreciate you watching this. Thank you very much.